101 here. So, let's see. Where am I today? I am actually... Oh, I went to the wrong spot again. Oh well. I'm in Uda. I ended up filling up my entire thing of stuff, so I have to go sell off some things. Or at least take it to my, wonderful, well, to my wonderful cast. Oh, looks like we got a cool mission coming up. Okay. Let's... Oh, come on. I hate when this thing does that. Alright, I have never been to this dungeon before, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun. This will be with my black mage, which is will be kind of downgraded to a level 50 or a level 52, depending on how nice this thing is. Ooh, I have never been to Dark Vigil, so let's just have fun. Oh, nice. Frozen bombs. Dusk Vigil. Dark. Okay. I have never been here before, so we're gonna follow the people who have been here. I'm actually a level 62, and I'm also in a dungeon I've never been to before. What? For this game? Oh, sweet! Huh? I do not know. Is Matt downstairs? Oh, we're at the bottom of this pit. No. You didn't want to get... Oh. Yeah, you're right. That place is a little expensive and fills you up really too much. I think something with beef would be nice. Okay. Getty. Yeah. Trying to keep spending their minimum. So you can play this game even with a minimum. Oh no, you are not going after one of our DPS. You frickin' jag. trying to keep cursing down to a minimum today, because I do not want to get in trouble. Alright, anyway, I have some news for you guys while I'm playing this game. August is coming up, yes, tomorrow. So I will be doing my doing a story. I haven't picked Japanese story yet. I was gonna do a Japanese book tale. Read aloud. For my next story time. And while I'm also playing video games, I wanted to point it out that as much as I love one of the stories that was suggested to me was Jiraiya and the Magic Frog. As much as I'm trying to stay away from something that actually relates to certain animes, I would like to mention that while I would love to do that story, I have to also stick to the fact that I am trying to stick, like I said, stick away from stuff that relates to an anime. Jiraiya and the Magic Frog actually relates to the story of Naruto. So I'm not trying to be mean or rude to all those Naruto fans out there, but I really want to do a story that doesn't have anime attached to it per se. Because I might be thinking about doing Momotaro, but one of my other friends suggested another idea, and I'm thinking of doing it in September, where on this channel I am going to also be putting in readings from Night on the Galactic Railroad, which is by Kenji Miyazawa. While I'm thinking about doing that, that is an excellent concept. For one, I do not want to do copyright infringed product. But again, it isn't copyright infringement considering the anime is also on YouTube right now. So if you are wondering if I should be doing this, I will. Oh wow, I am actually kicking this thing's butt. Even though I'm seeing its backside. Literally, as I said, I would love to do certain animes, certain, discussions on books. I actually was asked if I wanted to do book reviews on this channel. I would love to. Considering that right now I can't do my monthly thing on Facebook right now, because someone irritated the living hell out of me, and I don't want to deal with his drama, so I really don't know if I should, but if I do end up doing that, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you people really don't mind me actually I wouldn't mind actually doing it. It isn't really that bad a concept of actually lot of CrossFit warriors today. But yeah, that's basically the news for the channel, in a nutshell, what's going to be going on in August. Like I said, last year I lost my sister due to a medication issue, which, I will mention to people, again, regardless of what people say about medicating for painkillers, certain medication has certain effects on your body, and mixing it with certain ones does not save or help you sometimes. Always be aware of what medication you're putting in your body, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm just not going to do that type of warning for you, but I am going to mention that yes, my sister's birthday is on August 17th. The reason I do Japanese or folk tales is because that's what my sister used to read to my nephew. I gave her a book of folk tales to give my nephew to read, for her to read to him. I was getting kind of tired of people giving like basic stories, so I gave her a book called Wabi Sabi and Grandfather Cherry Tree, which are, again, some beautiful Japanese folk tales. The problem was most people like gave my sister like traditional, he'll give Goodnight Moon and all that. When I gave gifts to my friends for folk tales, I usually gave them Japanese folk tales because, one, it's not normal, and two, most of the kids that I gave these to, actually liked it. It had a lot to do with the fact that it was something unique and different, but also the fact that it also related to the family a little more. Another thing that actually helped me a lot, when I lost my sister, and a lot of people don't realize this, is Night on the Galactic Railroad, actually answered a lot of questions for me. And yeah, I was angry about losing my sister, but also kind of gave me a sense of peace. I don't know why, but it did. I usually don't talk about that often on this channel, but I'm still slightly miffed that people assume that giving gifts always has to be, especially at a baby shower. I usually tell people the sign of a good parent is also the sign of a if you don't want to give your traditional gifts for your friends' baby showers, I highly recommend anything that is not just the traditional children's books. Honestly, I would say I think one of the best ones is a out-of-print book called from the Serendipity series. I will tell you why. And it has a little to do with the fact that the Serendipity books did have morals and did have anything. Dragon L was actually one of my favorites as a kid. And the other one was called Meg and Me, which is about a girl who befriends a unicorn. But yeah, if you get the Serendipity books, those are really good for baby showers. Just an FYI. It's not tradition. It's just literally, I don't think tradition is often, people are always like, oh, it's tradition to give them, like, Goodnight Moon and all that are great, but they're overdone. I would say give, like, I gave my friend the Mirror Stone and the, Unicorn in the Lake, which are two books I got when I was a kid. The book that I got for, one of my friends, I need to give it to her because she just gave birth and just moved into a new apartment. Is her daughter was for her daughter, and I had gotten them the Mirror Stone, and I really thought that this would be a really good one for her. Was the Unicorn in the Lake, because the artwork is very pretty. It isn't a traditional children's book. It actually is a very it basically involves a unicorn who helps its friends in the forest because a serpent had just poisoned their lake. Because the serpent was jealous of the unicorn's power. Most people think that is, again, most people think I'm weird because I give books out to people for gifts versus the traditional stuff, because sometimes those fantasy novels and those fantasy books will help a child in the future find their own way in what they call literature and what they like. Much like, for me, Final Fantasy has always been a touch of fictional and reality. I absolutely loved the story behind Final Fantasy, and the fact that this was Square's last-ditch effort to keep their company afloat, and it's turned into this mega gigantor thing. So yeah, that's why I absolutely will support the franchise as long as I can. I'm actually wanting the FF7 remaster as much as I am dreading the play-by-play of it. Because yes, I watched the play-by-play. Oh, that was kind of a disaster for me. So anyway, funny, says, most people realize that yes, my birthday is also in August, which is August 10th. My sister was and I were born a year and a week apart, so that's our traditional, story. Most people don't realize how really close she and I were. Most people in my family have talked about what are we doing for my birthday this year, and honestly, I don't know. I was hoping to be back at work by then, but again, I had recovered from having surgery, and this was major surgery, I guess, considering that this time around, the hernia that I had actually made it virtually impossible for me to lift anything. And that actually added to a lot of stress. And it also affected the times I could play on here. Because once I get back to work, I'm actually going to be scheduling play times on here so that I can at least play once a week and keep it active videos. I really don't want to lose my ability to play with you guys or talk to you people, because it's actually relatively fun. I actually enjoy this, and most people don't realize how much that affects me. Huh, cool. Athena. I just saw a picture of Athena. Is that a griffin? Yes, that's a griffin! Oh my god, it's called an oparcus. is a total... I don't like this bird! Oh, finally. There we go. That was, mission accomplished. Okay. Anyway, I had to put off, the main story mission for a little while, again, because it frustrated me so much I had to do it. I will probably get back to it when I am less likely to strangle it, or yell at somebody, or until I get an actual keyboard. I'm gonna look at my, what my, character's, classes or, crafts can do. Because I can sort of sell stuff on an open market kind of thing, but I'm also trying to upgrade a few things. Let's see if I can apply for a promotion. Nope, can't right now. But I can undertake a provisions. A wrapped elm bow. A malachite choker. A skull eye patch. A wooden cloth gathering. And a weak silencing potion. Okay. Let's start with this. Why is this important to do your crafts? Well, for one, your crafts actually get you some money. And I kinda need money in order to run this little shebang I'm doing. So, fire rock, ice rock, wind rock, earth rock, lightning rock, water rock. Oh, that sucks. Julia. Let's see if Julia has it. Now I can take that over. So I am going to take that over to my parents because with this I can also put in for a promotion. The further I get along on that, the better, because then I can take care of some of the other things I would like to do, which are known as the hunts. So that I can go and do stuff and be a productive member of the Flames. I'm being sarcastic, aren't I? Okay, so weak silencing potion. Okay. So I'm looking for a weak silencing potion, huh? There's weak poisoning, binding, weak sleeping, turns and echo, weak silencing potion. I need a blowfish, and quicksilver I already got. I just need a blowfish. Joy. That means going to the market and buying a blowfish. You can all laugh at me because I'm really stupid when it comes to this stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna mention some funny things the last couple times. My fiance had been wanting me to do some story time about some of the weird stuff I come across when I was at a convention. I think the funniest story I could come up with is I actually got hit on by a 16-year-old kid, and at the time I was dating my my ex/best friend, and what happened was actually really funny because this poor kid's mother walks up to me and asks me why I rejected her son. And it was actually a pretty funny story, because the thing was, the woman was dead set convinced that I tried to buy her impressionable son alcohol. Stupid thing is how old I was when I was hit on. I was 25 with a 16-year-old hitting on me. I was a little turned off by that, and honestly I didn't understand why the mother tried to get me banned from the convention, because I said no multiple times to this kid, and yet I am a complete idiot. I will mention, yes, I was a complete idiot of a teen. Honestly, the fact that I was 16 at the time that this happened, and also, here's the other factoid, and most people overlook this, is when you're 16, when this kid, yeah, found out I was not 16, his mother flipped out so horribly that, literally, the term statutory rape did not come up at all in this whole thing, where my first comment was, why? I mean, I was actually asking that question. I actually asked the question of why am I being asked to, yeah. And the comment I made was, why am I getting yelled at? And this lady was just still complaining to con staff that I somehow I don't know. Honestly, I was, a little... I don't know how to respond to that, considering at the time, I was a freaking... college student, and I was sort of looking at this kid like he was a complete and utter weirdo, and I asked that question to my ex at one time, and his comment was, I don't know, because we went to dinner and this woman accused me of being underage, and it turned into such a weird he said, she said, bull crap, and I just sort of blew it off for the, like, years. And when someone brought up the story, and there are pictures that were removed from our photo album, and I actually had to tell somebody why they were removed, because this person photobombed our entire photo, like literally he photobombed us, and I was like, dude, not cool. Like, was like the first thing out of my mouth was, dude, not cool at all. Do not photobomb people unless you know who they are. And I told my when my sister was alive, I actually told her the story, and she didn't know whether or not to believe me, and it finally occurred to her that I was telling the truth, and she felt really bad afterward. And she was like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody photobombed all because you wouldn't date him. I said, yeah, coming from the fact that this was a 16-year-old trying to go after a 25-year-old woman who obviously had no interest in him whatsoever, and I was totally not turned on by the fact that this kid was trying to think I was into him that way. I had told my mom afterward the story, and she didn't know whether or not to believe me or just sort of go, right, sure, this really happened. Yeah, it actually did. And I, to this day, have told my mother that I cannot go to a convention without going, I actually went through that. It isn't fun, it isn't cool, and whoever the hell told my fiance about it, really, I think was my ex. Because my ex was the one who I was dating at the time. And his comment, to this day, has been, my comment to my ex has always been, I was actually very thankful that my ex was around for this, because it kind of saved me from getting in trouble, because I really felt very uncomfortable having this 16-year-old hitting on me, so I had no clue what to do about it. So having my friends there was actually kind of nice, but that story was really weird because I was just like running around the convention doing my usual thing, and we go across the street to this Mexican restaurant, which the Mexican restaurant is now torn down. I'm kind of depressed about that. But yeah, after all that, so it was Woolen Co-op Gathering. I am gonna do... linen I got, but I don't have wool. And I'm not about to go out and kill a bunch of sheep for it. Of course, I end up in the wrong spot. So anyway, since this year there are no conventions, which kind of suck, I'm gonna make a very funny comment about convention stories and about the crazy stuff that goes on at sci-fi and fantasy conventions that I've gone to. And I think the funniest one that ever happened to me was the room party party raid that happened at my room that ended up being well, an accident. This guy, apparently there was a room party across the hall from us, and I just sort of went, I asked a very weird question, and the question kind of just sort of, what was, the person said something outside our room, and someone said, dude, wrong room. And I was like, what? It was like one of those things where you're half awake for the whole part of it, and you're going, what was going on? Because, what happened was, the guy, came to our room expecting, he was from con security, expecting a party, and what he got instead were two very sleepy individuals answering the door. And he apologized, of course, but he told us that there was a party going on across, he was informed about a room party. And of course, my roommate, the person I was rooming with, was a guy I will call, Max. Was not exactly the most aware person in the universe. Came in, he goes, oh, that party. Okay. And the guy was like, is he okay? No, he walked into the wrong room. Max was, out having, gone out with a guy. And, yeah. Ended up in that room. Alright. I'm gonna ask. Alright, so I'm gonna have to cut out today because apparently we're having some internet trouble. So I will give you a goodbye, and hopefully we'll get to talk again because I will be able to do the discussions once more. So have a nice day!